fine.
Yeah, because I loved it. Okay, there's me. Where's you? Let's mute me. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see. Let's unlock the Discord there. We're gonna put you on top. Adjust it just a little bit there. There. Just fixing your box a little bit. There we go. All right.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to move me a little because we can't. Actually, I'm going to have to get a little closer.
I'll read it to you if you want. Government has three primary functions. It should provide for military defense of the nation. It should enforce contracts between individuals. It should protect citizens from crimes against themselves and their property. When government, in pursuit of good intention, tries to rearrange the economy, legislate morality, or help special interest, the costs come in inefficiency, lack of motivation, and loss of freedom.
There you go. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And that's who? Is that Milton Freeman?
Milton Friedman. Yes.
Okay. What's his background?
I'm not even sure.
Oh.
I had that up last week already. Hey, Shell. Sorry we're late. Hey, I had a hell of a weekend. Well, okay. So it started off like this. Melody had to get up, take her mom to go with her mom to a doctor's appointment today. So she got up early, and of course, I couldn't sleep after a bit after she left. And so I got up, and I'm putzing around here and stuff like that. But it started off Saturday. We went to a barbecue at Gingy's because it was their 10th anniversary last week. So we went. They had a barbecue.
Nice.
And yeah, so the travel there itself was enough to do me in for the rest of the week. Then we realized that her mom was staying with us both Saturday and Sunday night, and I'm going, oh joy. So it always creates a little more work for me when she stays because, well, with Mrs. Doe streaming on Sunday night, there's nobody else around. So she, yeah, it wasn't bad, but I mean, I still had to make a little extra supper, and I felt like doing nothing because I was already sore. And then today, I'm doing some prints and stuff like here. Want to know what I made? I made it just in case.
Oh, jeepers.
And then I printed a foot roller for Melody, but I changed the plates on the printer right here. There we go. On this printer, I changed the plate from that plate that's on there, which is gold, and I changed it to what's called a super tack plate, because the foot roller was tall and thin, and so I didn't want to put a brim around it, so I used a super tack plate. And what happened with that was I forgot to change the setting because it's a cool super tack plate. I forgot to change the settings back to the regular PEI plate, and everything was failing after that. And I'm going, what the hell's going on? So I went in, I took off the print head. I took the I wanted to change the filament cutter in the first place. So I changed the filament cutter. I basically disassembled the print head, and then I go to the bathroom, and it dawns on me what I did wrong.
Oh yes, of course.
So there. But anyways, you were saying about The Witcher.
But you ciphered out your problem and got it fixed, right?
Oh yeah, and it was as easy as a setting in the slicer. It wasn't even that I had to do much. So
all right, good.
Yeah. So The Witcher.
Yes, I started watching The Witcher. Yeah.
Henry Cavill, what an awesome actor for this type of role. Like, he played Superman in a lot of the Superman series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was Superman, like clean shaven and apple pie, mom loving Superman. And then
Well,
he
he's got
plays
those.
such. He's got what?
He's got those. He's got the right features for it.
Oh, he's handsome as the day is long, and
Yeah.
he's a nerd, which I love.
Oh, is he?
Oh yeah, he loves nerd stuff. Like gaming online. He games. He watches. He almost missed an interview for Superman because he was playing D&D, I believe.
Oh, goodness me.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a nerd, but he brings such presence to Gerald.
Yeah.
Geralt of
Now,
Rivia.
does he? Is he the character throughout the whole series?
At the I think the last season he's not.
Okay. It's and the reason I asked that is because I wasn't paying attention. Well, first off, I thought it was a movie.
Oh right.
And it's rainy here. Michelle went into town. I thought, oh, I'm just going to quickly watch this movie. And so I just clicked on it, watched an episode, or it said, next episode starting soon. And I went, okay. And I'm a little sleepy, not really paying attention. So I just watched the next episode. But I found out Michelle had watched season 1. So I actually started on season 2.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I had to put a kibosh on that and go back and start over. And I went, oh, and so now I watched the first 4 of season 1, and a lot of things are making more sense to me now.
Absolutely, absolutely. And he does such a great job just portraying the character that came from the game. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and
it
I think they
really-
did a job on his look from season 1 to season 2, because in season 2 he just looks a little harder, if you will. Like
Yeah.
like he's
Well,
been a little harder, and that would make sense because
they went through a lot of shit in season 1.
he went through a lot of shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that was very well done.
Oh, it really is. It's and I honestly, I'll watch Henry Cavill in almost anything, just because I think he has such a vast talent. Like he can do comedy, he can do straight man, he can do the hero, the tortured hero, like in The Witcher,
Yeah.
So yeah, no,
He's got a large range.
he's very big, very large range. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sitting here trying to book a hotel room. I was trying to book a hotel room for Melody, and you text or you messaged, and I'm going, oh my god, I didn't even know it was. I didn't remember it was Monday.
I understand that. I'm
Yes.
more like that in the winter time.
Yeah,
Because summertime I work full time, so I have a work schedule, right?
yeah,
Whereas in the winter I only work 2 days, and after those 2 days, I quite often do not know what day it is, and nor do I care, to be honest.
and that's the weird thing, though. I knew that her appointment was on Monday.
Oh, yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been so sore for the past 2 days that it's just been all I can do to just function. And then you run into this problem, and I had the problem based on my own brain fog, just because I was a doughhead and didn't change the setting back.
Yeah. Wow. But again, I mean, you're not going to make any excuses, but it does matter when you're not feeling good.
Yeah, yeah,
And that goes for anybody on different levels, right? Like
yeah.
you could have the flu and not feel good, and you're not going to be thinking straight.
Yeah, you're just not all mentally there. Yeah. So
You're not. I went through a day like, what day was that now? I think it was like Wednesday or something. Like my arthritis flared up in both my knees.
oh
And like the night before, I could barely walk. And then but the next day, well, I mean, I don't call in sick because like we don't have any staff, for crying out loud. But anyways, I said, okay, that's fine. I said, I'll go. I mean, people are going to see what it's like. And for the first time ever, I actually took my cane.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And it's not that I mean, it didn't take long for it to kind of loosen up where I could walk without it.
Yeah.
But you know what? For a little while at the beginning of the shift, did it ever help and feel good?
And some, what people don't realize is you've got to take care of yourself first, because, and we talked about this last week when you weren't here. I don't know if you watched the VOD or anything like that. The employer doesn't care about you. You're replaceable.
That's right.
You got to take care of your health first.
Yeah.
So
You're just a number.
yeah.
And you know what? I mean, I understand it. Like I mean, I respect the bosses that are good about it, or at least as good as they can be.
Yeah.
But I mean, they do have a business to run, and I understand that.
Oh, absolutely.
Just-
And that's the thing. That's the whole thing we went through with Mrs. Doe as well, was we understand why she was let go. We get it. They've got a business to run, and with her medical issue and her advancing age, and the problems that come with that, it just may not work, but
Right.
at the same time, it took us by surprise, and it was not something we were expecting, so it hit kind of hard. But yeah, you just, with my situation, we forget how little the company cares about you, and until you get injured, and they try to discredit you.
Yeah.
So
Well, for me, like I'll be having a chat with my bosses. Like next summer, I'm not working full time.
yeah.
It's like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. And like the inability to call in sick, and it's like, nope, sorry. Like, I mean, there's been a few things that have happened lately. Like it was about 3 weeks ago, a buddy came out for golf, and I found out a guy that I played. Actually, you'll know him. He worked at Chi Chi's. I played ball with him, golf with him. Diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer,
Oh no.
and he's younger than us.
Yeah.
I'm not serious.
That's crazy.
Maybe I shouldn't say his name online.
Yeah.
I'll
No.
send it
Just
to you.
yeah. Yeah. That's the best
I
idea.
was about to, and I went, "Oh no, that's not right."
No.
I'll send it.
That's
And your memory is so much better than mine. I know you'll remember him, and you'll have to excuse you'll have to excuse the spelling because I know it's not going to be right. Oops.
one of the problems is I have a real hard time with names. Faces I'm great with. Names not so much.
Like I say, the spelling is going to be wrong, but I think he started out as a cook. Actually, I think he started out on the whatchamacallit, the Appy station.
Okay. I couldn't put a face to the name though. The name does
Right.
look familiar, but I couldn't put a face
Yeah.
to the name
Well,
right
like
now.
I say, it's not spelt that way, but yeah, it's between that and what day was that? No, it must have been, I think, Friday. Michelle got a call from her brother that lives at the farm. His wife passed away.
What?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of issues going on, but still I don't think it was something that was expected, right? Necessarily.
Right.
But I mean, it's between those two things, and I'd been thinking about it before anyways, but those things add to it. It's like, you know what? Well, that goes back to me claiming
Your pension, yeah.
claiming my pension early because I don't know what's going to happen. And the same thing is, I don't know what's going to happen. So you know what? I'm going to make sure I'm going to enjoy my life, for a better way to say it. And it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's it. Like,
that's just crazy.
yes, yeah, sister-in-law. I could have cut to the chase and said that, but
Yeah.
well, no, but I said her brother called her, so I just like
Yeah, you went on
went
with that. Yeah.
yeah.
And that's no problem. Yeah.
But I mean, but these things are starting to happen more and more, especially at our age, right?
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, yeah, you know what? We don't know when our number is going to be called, so I'm just going to start enjoying things a little more. And the thing is, when I'm in pain, I'm not going into work.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, it is fair, and I mean, and that's what I'm going to say to him. And it's like, if that doesn't work for you, I understand that, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Like the question is going to be, do you want me to work, and how can you fit me in? Because
Yeah.
yeah, it's not going to happen anymore. It's like when I got to go to work with a cane, no, thank you.
Understandable.
But in fairness, though, sometimes it is better for me to get up, move around, and work it out.
To work it off. Yeah, like to yeah, loosen it up.
Yeah, but I can do that on my own. I can go for a walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So we'll see how that all plays out.
It's going to play out how it's going to play out. That's all you can do.
Yeah. This is how it's going to happen. It's, do you still want me to work here under these lesser parameters? And like, and that I didn't want to go that way, but it's just going to have to be. And I've come to grips with it. So it's all good.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyways, that's just that it.
That's crazy.
Oh, so I missed out on question period, and I had a good one, but I've got that one written down or saved. So I'm going to ask you one that I don't have written down,
Okay.
because I've seen a lot of backlash on these AI data centers,
Okay.
and I just haven't done any reading on them, and I just wondered what you had heard about them and what, like, everyone seems to be up in arms about it. Like, are they a seriously that bad of a thing, or?
Well, what they are is they offer very little local opportunities for business opportunities. Like there's no hiring that really goes on.
Oh,
They are resource and electricity intensive because they need to be cooled and they need to be constantly running on an electrical grid, right? So
okay.
it can be, yeah, it can be a lot. I mean, I have no reservations about them, but at the same time, we're not going to stop them. Like, let's be honest, they're the way of the future, and they're coming in whether we like it or not. It's how we manage it, right? Let's move. If you've got an area that's going to be dedicated for a data center, you're going to have to look at reliable long-term energy solutions and cooling solutions, right? The simple fact of the matter. So if we're supposed to have one coming into Saskatchewan, let's get let's get our grid back up to par. I mean, opening them, that's fine because you get all brand new the word just slipped my mind. You know, all the lines that are going in, all the infrastructure.
Infrastructure, yeah.
Yeah. So it's easier to just say, okay, well, if this is going to drag on the current system, let's update the current system. Let's put a nuclear plant up north.
Well, and yeah, I mean, I guess the thing of it is, it's like you said, just make sure it's done properly. I mean, if we do anything properly, most things should not be an issue.
Yeah. And but I do understand the residential NIMBY, NIMBY, which means not in my backyard.
Right.
And I do understand that mentality too, because apparently there's a residual hum from them, and they're supposed to be, you
Oh,
know,
okay.
just like just the same reason they don't put um, um, windmills, like the big turbine windmills, too close to populated areas.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be that electric hum and stuff like that. So
Right.
you really want to be careful where you're locating it. It has to be close enough to infrastructure that you can tap into to run.
Right.
But at the same time, you don't want it to affect the surrounding area, especially population.
And I think that's with anything you put in your city. You
Yes.
don't want it. Yeah.
And that should be one
I
of the
don't think
first
that's any-
things. Yeah, a cost. There should be a. Sorry, I gotta clean my glasses. I can't see shit. There's got to be an analysis done that shows the potential hazards that, and I don't know that they've done it. They're just looking at the financial gain of the taxes that it'll bring in, which I
Right.
get that. That's fine, but it doesn't improve the economy any. It doesn't bolster employment. It doesn't, the employment levels are going to be minor at best.
Oh, come on, Bob. Our government does such a good job with the taxes they take in.
Oh yeah, totally, totally.
Yeah.
I would never,
Yeah.
I would never argue with that at all.
No. Yeah.
Yes, we are
They're,
definitely pro-government here.
Yes, we are. Yep.
Please see below.
Well, I don't deny that we need a government. I just think it would be nice if we had a true government.
Limited government. We need a limited government that understands their responsibilities and fulfills those responsibilities and nothing more. It leaves the
Right.
people alone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't like it so much before, but it's just gotten so bad.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean,
It,
and it just,
the
hey,
extent of how it's gotten worse is getting increasingly bad, and that's
Yeah.
from people just wanting to tell others how to live, what to do, who to be, what to say, and therein lies the problem. Government should never be involved in those things.
right.
Government should have laws against people creating hate and espousing hate and violence. Absolutely, but that's a simple rule of law thing that the government doesn't need to legislate every word that comes out of your mouth.
Well, I thought you weren't allowed to do that anyways. I didn't think the
It
government
is
had to
against
bring
the law.
in-
You're right. We have laws in place. We have more than enough laws in place to already offset that.
Right. Yeah, it's, but we could do, not even just one show on that. We could do multiple shows broken up into, into parts.
Yeah. Hey, Mist Wolf. Yeah, no, that was one of the things where I'm not opposed to the AI data centers. I mean, they're the way of the future. You're not going to get rid of them, but how you have to mitigate their damage is what is concerning.
Right.
Whether you've got to make sure that they're done in the best interest of the surrounding area.
Well, we know the government does a good job of that too.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. Oh,
They're
Mrs.
perfect.
Doe, Mrs. Doe, if you're listening, that little case I made you, that just in case, because I made her a small version of this, so just
Yeah.
in case. Oop, just in case. You could always put a couple of Tylenol in there if you need it, just to have it there.
Yes,
So-
that would be awesome.
That'd be
Well, you'd have
just in case Tylenol.
just in case Tylenol.
So
Well, you could actually make a little pill bottle like that.
Oh yeah, there's so many cute little pill bottles, ones that you can put on your keychain and stuff like that. All sorts.
Yeah.
You should see some of the stuff that's on there. You just got to go to makerworld.com and start scrolling.
Well, I got some things that pop up for me. Well, I sent you that one that time, and you said you didn't really like the crazy glue. And
Yeah.
I kind of thought, like, would you even have to use crazy glue if you had a better blueprint, right?
And that's the thing. I try to not use super glue if I don't have to. I
It's
mean,
messy.
well, I've got little ones that have a finer tip, like
Right.
small ones, and I actually bought an entire system to use with the liquid super glue that has a very fine tip, and I actually use a syringe with a fine tip to put it where I need it to be.
Oh, that's
So
pretty cool.
yeah, that's how I made this guy.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, see, I because the connections are along the side, and they're just little um they're not tongue and groove or anything like that. They're just a but not really butt, because there is a groove that goes in the back, and they sit in the groove. Let's see. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's that little groove that they sit in, but it's a very little groove, and I didn't want super glue everywhere, right? Because this is
Yeah.
a moving piece with moving parts that actually, it has the music box on it, it has everything. So I bought a set of syringes that came with, I can't remember the connector that it comes with, but the connector actually, instead of just being a pressure fit like most syringes are, it actually has a screw fit, a Lauer or a Luer connector. And so when I'm pushing the glue out, if it gets a little stiff, it doesn't matter, because the end won't pop off. So I've got that fine tip the whole time. So, but you find things to make things easier.
That's pretty much going to be my world from now on. It's like, yeah, no more of the hard way of doing things.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Well, we're going to bring some gravel down the side of our garage because it's just dirt right now, just to make it look good.
yep.
And like we'll put down the fabric and everything. And if some weeds do pop out, either pull them or spray them, and like like about as easy as it gets, right?
Yeah.
And so normally I would have had him drop the gravel and I just would have moved it around. But no, you know what? They have machines for that. We'll pay them and they can level
Yeah, they
it
can
out.
spread it. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah. No, I get it though.
That's the way that's going to go.
Yep. So you had another question you were going to ask me too.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. The whole church burning thing.
Ah, yes, that's right.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Well, because I've got multiple levels on it, from kind of what of course, the internet just goes nuts on it. And then I started thinking about it. It's like, well, you know what? They were also burning churches when there was all this trouble about the residential schools too.
That's what it started it.
And so it's like, well, but now they're blaming the Muslims, right?
Oh yeah, no, and that's just a continuation, but no, I don't believe it has anything to do with Muslims right now. I still fully believe that it is. Now, if it were a synagogue, then I would have a problem. But
Right.
I mean, let's be honest. Muslims hate anything but Muslims, right? Islam is just Islamic only. And they're told that everybody else is an infidel. So, and that's just, if you know anything about Islam and you understand that their whole spiel about the religion of peace is bullshit.
Well, they have a funny way of showing peace.
Yeah, we've seen what their peace looks like, and that's your wife in a burqa and you either submitting or being beheaded.
Yeah.
Peace is
Well, something else that threw me for a loop is because they were showing a church being burnt, like saying that it was recent, but then it was brought out that that's a picture from 2 years ago and it was a lightning strike.
Yeah, well, and some people get on this tangent where they attribute everything to the exact same thing all the time, rather than looking at the facts, right? And that's what we're talking about with the truth. The truth matters, whether it was a lightning strike or not. Whether it was who did it matters. Like, if it's a lightning strike, let's be honest. Let's tell the truth, right?
Well, and again, that's somebody just taking something for their narrative, right?
Exactly. It's much like when somebody goes to a protest. Oh, cable holder. Where'd my mind go? I tell you, my mind is gone right now. So I'm a little scattered and skewered. When someone goes to a protest, let's take the Pride events for an example. Okay. Now there are gay people out there that will not attend the Pride events. The older gay people that where they wanted the Pride just so they could have equality, right? And they weren't walking around with their wangs hanging out, or dog fetishes, or any number of fetishes that are being presented to try and normalize them at the Pride parades, right? It used to be about walking together, standing up for the gay community.
Right. Which makes sense.
It's been hijacked and it's been overshadowed by the radicals, which protests often get corrupted and co-opted by radicals who want their voices heard, rather than even people of that, even if they don't believe in that, what's going on, what they're protesting or what they're doing, they'll co-opt it so that they can get their voices heard, right? It's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons I'd never consider protesting, because if you protest, even with the trucker convoy protest, if you protest, you always get associated with the worst of the worst, which are usually the radicals who have tried to infiltrate or co-opt your protest. You could have a very benign, peaceful, respectful message, but it's the radicals that get all the headlines because you're not interesting enough for the news. Right. Just saying, the government should give us our freedom, period. We shouldn't be forced to take anything. That's all the trucker convoy was about. And it let the world know what was going on. And it shone a light to the authoritarianism that is the liberal government, right? And then there's still people like
I think it accomplished what it needed to be honest.
It accomplished what it needed to, but it also showed, a government that was willing to persecute people who didn't fall in line with them. The political persecutions.
Yeah, I thought I read that Tara Leach was doing something for Rebel News. Now, and I don't know if it's a true story or not, but supposedly the government's on her for that too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so that's a real thing. Okay.
It is a real thing, yeah. She's started working for Rebel News, and the government is I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but I'd heard that she'd been getting notices or something like that. And that's all I really heard. I haven't kept up on it. But
she's being harassed more than like pedophiles are.
Absolutely. More than criminals who shoot up the streets.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
It's
the
just-
problem.
Oh, well, actually, the problem is people don't get it. Is the problem?
People aren't seeing, and that's because people are living. Okay, and I realize this because I haven't been watching any news for the past few days. I
Okay.
realized I felt kind of disconnected. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't realize that Carney was tanking the trade agreement with the U.S. You know,
Oh, yeah.
he's literally trying to tank the trade agreement, but there's a reason for it. If he gets a trade agreement, he's no longer the crisis savior. You know,
Right.
and he can't say, "Well, I'm the only one who could deal with Trump," right? So there's a lot of reasons that he would not want it to succeed, and I get that. I understand that, but I was living in this delightful little bubble of ignorance, and that's what most people live in, is this
Yeah.
delightful little bubble of general ignorance towards the political climate in their area. So, and living in that, and you do it too. You sometimes just cut off from all the bullshit, all the news and stuff like that. We've talked about that, right? How you just kind of have to do that for your mental health sometimes.
Exactly. Yep.
And it's true, you do.
Yep.
Now, I did it because I was just in too much pain to put up with any shit. And
Yep.
Bart does not put up with shit when he's in pain.
Yep.
So something that I realized as I was just kind of looking to see what was going on, because I knew there was supposed to be a trade agreement. I knew there was things going on that I should be watching for. I wanted to see what was going on. I'm going, well, have we heard anything about the trade deal yet? Like, has there been any discussions? Well, no. Apparently, he's trying to tank it, saying that Trump somehow wants Quebec to give up French. And I'm going, what the fuck are you talking? Excuse my language, but this guy's a fucking moron.
I highly doubt Trump would have said that.
Absolutely.
Well, I
Absolutely
mean-
not.
Well, and if he did say it, then he was trying to sabotage it.
He was trying to
But I
provoke
find-
him.
Yeah, but I mean, I find it so hard to. I mean,
But
what does that have to do with the trade agreement? Nothing.
And it's just like the 51st. I actually had this conversation with because all of a sudden, oh, Trump came up at Gingy's place. I'm going, okay, nope, can't shut up. You know what? He has nothing to do with the past 11 years of fiscal mismanagement in Canada. He has
Right.
nothing to do with our lives, really. The only effect.
Well, the only thing he did, I truly believe, is he helped the Liberal government get elected. To be honest,
Absolutely, he did. Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Without
it was
his
funny. It's
big
funny.
mouth shooting off,
Yeah.
yeah, the Liberals probably would have lost big time.
Yeah.
You know, Governor
Yeah,
Carney. Essentially, you know, everybody who voted for Carney voted for Canada first. Carney's family doesn't live here. Carney hasn't lived here. Carney has 3 passports. They ostracized Andrew Scheer, who lives in Regina, for having a dual citizenship.
Right. Yeah.
So they ostracized him so much that they forced a leadership debate because
Yeah.
because they couldn't handle someone having 2. Carney has 3 passports, considers himself European, not even Canadian or American. Yet they hired this random wacko who the UK warned us was a bad idea.
Yeah.
You did a fart in a shop cart? Well, good thing it's got holes in it.
Sounds like a lot of rhyme going on there. I'm
It is. Hey, dragons.
just gonna step away for a second, but I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, as much as the Liberals have done to this country, I'm amazed they get any votes at all. But that's just me. because I've seen what they've done. I've watched them do it in real time. But most people, like I said, keep their head in this little delusional bubble of nothingness, and just, oh well, we got to vote this way because we've always voted this way. People, wake up, know what's going on. So, yeah. I'm doing some cable clips right now. Yeah, clips, that's what they're, not cable holders. Cable clips. Let's,
Well, and it's funny because I've played a little bit of devil's advocate. I've looked up some of the liberal stuff online, right? And there's some people out there that are like, oh, they're doing such a good job. I'm like, okay, that Kool-Aid must be really good.
it's some strong freaking Kool-Aid.
It is.
But you know, and that's the thing. When Trudeau did something that a lot of people don't realize he did when he came into power, and he repealed the law that made it illegal for media to lie to you. And nobody really pays attention to that. He literally took away the legal framework to stop media, any media, from lying to the public. And then he started to pay them.
Basically saying it was okay.
Well, he didn't say it was okay, but he took any consequences for doing it away. So that
Well,
gave
if there's
them
no
the freedom.
consequences, not my world, it's okay.
Exactly. If there's no consequences, why is it not? Then it should be fine, right? That's the whole point to our lives. The whole point to our existence is consequences to actions. The consequences to actions right now are Chorus are laying off 640, or was it 6,400 people? I don't remember, but it's a good amount of people because they're losing business because they're not being considered trustworthy as a news source.
Right. Well, they're not.
They're not. I mean, plain and simple. I mean, you've got to understand that these people in editorial positions, if they're showing a bias in any way, shape, or form, they're not going to be seen as trustworthy. Whereas,
Other than the people they've brainwashed.
Yeah, and when you're allowed to lie and allowed to put that out in the public sphere and not have any consequences for it, that's where there are certain people like Rebel News will often sue an MP for bad mouthing them or for lying or for there was one MP had to publicly apologize.
Really?
Oh yeah, actually there was a couple. There's been a few MPs that have had to, just because they shoot their mouth off. Now understand this: there's MPs kind of tend to forget that they are not immune from public scrutiny, because
Right.
in the House of Commons during debates and so forth, they have what's called parliamentary privilege. Parliamentary privilege allows them to say stuff, stupid and ridiculous stuff without consequence.
Right.
But when they're outside the House of Commons, they can't say that stuff because that's when the law can affect them. That's when the law can actually, you said this outside the House of Commons, so now you're being sued, right? So a lot of times smart politicians will know better than to say these stupid, ridiculous things outside the House of Commons. But
Yeah, not many do.
There's a lot of dumb politicians out there, especially in the Liberal Party.
Well, the number one thing they must tell them is don't say anything outside.
Yeah, but they're still doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, there's just some people who can't control themselves, right?
Yeah. Some people it's the people who think they're smarter than they are.
Yeah. And smarter than everyone else, too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, I can say whatever I want. I mean, he said something about someone on Twitter and called them a Russian bot or something like that. And she actually got him to donate to a food bank. She didn't sue him personally but she had a lawyer have him donate because, you know, it's not
Right.
about the money for a lot of people who get demonized by
Right.
by the left.
Well, and the thing is, it looks better on you if you don't take the money, to be honest.
Yep.
But
So, I mean, we're obviously Russian bots too because we don't like the liberals.
oh, well, that could be.
Yeah. Comrade.
Yeah, well, that might be calling each other that soon.
No, very well might, yeah. So, no, it's just it's been a lot of crazy and I've kind of enjoyed the little bubble of delusional nothingness.
Well, that's why it's nice every once in a while to just,
Yeah.
yeah,
And like again, that's the same thing as dealing with your employer, right? You've got to do it for your mental and physical health. Sometimes you just got to say, nope, done.
I'm just gonna get rid of a couple. Actually, that AI thing, I actually did send it to myself. So
Oh, there you go.
yeah. Well, that's what I started doing when um, when I see something like that I want to question and bring up, I send it to myself.
Yep. Yep. I was glad we waited on the church burnings though, because there's a lot more to it than simply like there's and why isn't it called Christianophobe? Oh, speaking of, remember
Uh-oh.
a couple weeks ago we said I was going to come up with a word for a word that was more correct than homophobia.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember or not?
I do not actually.
Okay, well, I have a problem with both like homophobia and stuff like that because it has nothing to do with the fear of the people, right?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I did. I actually went to AI and I said, listen, here's what I want and here's what I want it to do, and now let's see if I can find it. Where'd I put it? Well, let's go look. You might disappear for a second
That's okay.
because I got to use that screen for this. And oh, take that off too because freaking. Okay. Where did I look it up? Ah, there we go. Right there. Beautiful. Alrighty, we'll put that back up. We'll put you back up. We'll put you back up. There's your back. Bamboo back. Let's see if I can. That might be too small, so I'm just going to read it, so you don't have to try to read it.
Okay.
So what I wanted was something that had nothing to do with fear, because it's not about fear. It's about someone maligning someone for something they didn't like, right? And that's just inappropriate. So what we came up with was a homo malignist. Now, the definition is a person who expresses unwarranted hostility, contempt, or negative prejudice toward lesbian, gay, or bisexual people, particularly when the attitudes are directed at individuals as a group rather than a specific action, idea, or behavior. So, the etymology just is the meaning of the word. That's how a word comes to be, is its etymology. From the word homo, meaning same, or in this context, referring to homosexuality, and malign, meaning to speak or treat harmful, hostile, or just in a disparaging manner, right? So denoting a person who practices or holds a particular attitude. The usage, unlike homophobia, which literally suggests the fear but is commonly used to describe prejudice or hostility, homomalignist is intended to describe the act of unjustifiably maligning or disparaging LGBT people without implying that the person experiences literal fear or necessarily harbors hatred. And here's where it really gets, I really like that. Without implying that the person experiences literal fear or necessarily harbors hatred. Right? So criticizing a specific behavior does not by itself make someone a homomalignist. The term refers to unjustifiable hostility or prejudice directed towards LGBT people as a group. So saying that the pride parades have become fetish, obscene fetish parties is not homomalignism. It's not, or as they would say, homophobia. It's just saying that it's not that we don't like gays or anything, but we discourage showing your genitals in front of children.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Yeah.
So, but it's not that we hate gay people or are trying to attack them, right? It's the difference between attitudes and actions, and whether we carry whether it's generally attacking a group of people, right? And it's you can attack an action without attacking the group of people, as long as those people take it that way. And that's the problem. Most times when homophobia is thrown out there, it's because they don't like what you've said, and they don't want you to say it. So if you're attacking an action, that's not homophobia, because you're not saying you shouldn't be gay. No, nobody's saying that in this day and age. Well, nobody.
Most people are not.
Most people aren't saying it, right? Because, and I've said this before, we just don't care what you want to do with your body, with your life, in the privacy of your bedroom is completely up to you. It doesn't matter. But
well, and that's me. If you and I were to say walk down the street with no clothes on, we'd get arrested.
Exactly. Why is that different?
It's okay.
Yeah. Why is it different at a pride parade than when it is normally, right?
Yeah.
There's a double standard because people don't want to be attacked by the term, right? They're being shut down for even criticizing. Hey, Bertie, even criticizing bad behavior by the radicals. He's got a fly bugging him.
I got that. That was a mosquito, and I got him.
Oh, okay. And again, it's you're being attacked by the radicals, not the rational people who believe. And there are a lot of people who believe the exact same thing, that you just don't expose yourself in front of children or families or in public. So,
well, there are laws for that. Going back to that.
Yeah, but they're
law for it. So there's a lot of people that don't agree with it.
But they're not consistently applied laws. That's the problem.
Well,
and the reason they're not consistently applied is because the labels come out right away to shut down any criticism.
Well, okay, so let's say again, so you and I go set up a blockade on a road because we just don't want people driving down this road.
Oh, if you and I do it, we're arrested like that. But If a native band does it or blocks a railroad track, there's nothing happening.
Or when a group is on strike, they can also
Yeah.
do it.
And that's, yeah, they're not really allowed to block public access way, but they can walk back and forth. See, there's a fine line between blockades and just impeding traffic. And
Right.
that's where unions get away with impeding traffic, where they don't really block it. Because they're just walking back and forth. It's a public road. It's a public street. They can do what they want, right? It's a fine line which shouldn't be allowed, but it is.
Right. No, I you know what? And yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's why they do it at an intersection, right?
Yeah, at an intersection.
You're out across the street.
Yeah. So
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. I can let that one go. I understand that.
there's certain ways they do it to get around the laws that are existing, right? Sit fit yoga? Interesting.
Maybe
So,
that's
yeah.
like what do you call that? Chair chai tea or chair tai chi. Ooh.
Oh yeah, you're so used to saying chai tea, you couldn't say tai chi.
That's what Michelle drinks. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I know that she does. So
Yeah. That was tougher than it sounded. Or it was, sorry, it was as tough as it sounded.
yeah, like chair yoga.
Chair yoga, yeah.
Oh yeah, yep, it'll do that. So yeah, so that's what I came up with,
I like it.
and I had AI help me out there, and because I'm going, I know a lot of big words and stuff like that, but it's the compound words to direct a specific meaning, and that's why the term homophobia was chosen. Homophobia was chosen as a show, as it's because it sounds negative, it shows the negativity that they wanted to impart, but it's being thrown around so much that people are starting to slough it off.
Well, I think that's with a lot of stuff too, is like you just get numb to it.
You do. It's
And for a lot of
unfortunate.
people, they just stop listening, right?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
we know does not solve anything, but
Nope. But I mean, how much nonsense? If someone keeps calling you a racist, eventually you're just going to say, fine, whatever.
yeah.
You just don't care anymore. Yeah, I'm feeling the same way already, and we're only an hour in.
Yeah. Well, it's part of that fair thing too. Why is reverse racism okay?
There's no such thing. There's no such
Well-
thing as reverse racism. Racism
Well, no,
is racism. If you
Right.
attack somebody based on the color of their skin or the race they are, that is still racism.
Right. Okay. So I said that wrong. Why is racism only okay when it comes from one particular group of people?
Because
Or why is it only baptized from one particular group of people?
which, speaking of, I have decided I'm taking you back. I think I might have sent you this. You are now my Nilla. Because we vanilla. We vanilla. So we my Nillas. Why is it only one group of people that gets to say a certain word, right?
Yeah.
If
Well, I
it's
understand
negative
some
for
of the
one person.
words. I mean, I understand some of the words, but I mean,
Yeah.
I can accept some of them, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't understand how one word makes you a racist.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially when you're using it in the same context or to the same people that they're using it, right?
Right.
But I saw that on TikTok, and how this one white guy says he's taking it back. We call us vanilla. Well, you Manillas.
I love it.
We vanillas.
Yeah, vanilla. Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was funny. But and here's the problem. And it was funny, wasn't it? Here's the problem. Even you fell for the trap, right? Reverse racism.
Right. And we've talked about that before too.
Yeah, because racism just is racism.
Yeah. I think we get caught into saying that because we're trying to prove a point.
Yeah, as long as it's like we try to keep it polite, and we're open to discourse. That's what we're here for. We want the truth, right?
Yeah.
And it's a matter of, yes, there are people who are homo malignists. We understand that. They just are. They're aggressive against homosexual people for their sexuality, period. And those are the type of people that we don't tolerate, because that's unacceptable. But
We're not on that train.
and there are also racists, and we know there's racists out there.
Oh God, yes.
We're also not on that train. But we're trying to come to the truth of the matter in between, where not everybody that's called a racist is a racist, and not everyone that's called a homophobe is a homophobe. We're trying to get to the true, and we've got to stop using these terms for everybody we disagree with.
We got to be careful on our words, right?
Because words matter, and these words matter. You can't call somebody this, and you can't call everybody that and have it mean the same thing it means for those people who are truly that, right?
Oh, so I sent myself another one I think you're going to like. So I seen this thing. Liberals repealing electrical vehicle mandates, saving Canadians $57.6 billion.
Saving?
Well,
what about the stuff they already spent on it?
Well, that's what this story is saying, right?
Yeah. CBC
And
or
it's
CTV?
So hold on a second. It is on. Actually, it says this was on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, it was probably from a network anyways.
Yeah, regardless.
Bertie,
But this guy's pointing it out. He says, well, conservatives have been saying that since day one.
Yep, it's true.
But all of a sudden, because they've chosen to do this, now they're building it up like some big deal, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a win because we're saving that money for you. Why were you going to spend it in the first place?
That's kind of where I was going with that whole thing, right? Like, no. It's funny how you take credit for doing something that nobody wanted you to do anyways. Well, that's not true. The electric car companies did.
Yeah. They wanted just electric cars. And those electric cars were going to come in from China. That's it.
Yeah.
So.
Here's another good story. So we met these people when we were in Mexico. We met these people from the States. Nice people. He's fairly active on social media, and quite often he'll put posts up. And there's a couple that have come up that I have not been allowed to see because our government deems it unworthy for me.
Yes, of course, because they've got to protect you. Because you don't know how to protect yourself. You can't be allowed to see everything because you're not smart enough to know better.
Well, it's funny because I told him about this, and one time he sent something I couldn't read, so I tried forwarding it to myself, and it turned out it was a picture of them, and I think it looks like they might have been in Italy or something.
Okay.
And then there was another one that he posted, and because I had told him about this. So I sent him a message and said, I can't see this one. What's it about? And it was something about e-bikes.
Oh,
Like, that's it. That's all it was.
and I'll be honest, let's talk about regulation even with something like e-bikes or e-scooters, because the city of Regina doesn't allow you to own a private e-scooter. You have to rent them, virtually making a monopoly for them alone. Whereas private ownership of something should not be because the government wants to rent something to you. You know,
Oh, yeah.
it makes no
Wow.
sense
And
whatsoever. And what?
those stupid scooters, though,
Yep.
those scooters, I mean, it's been proven that it's a bad idea.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, what do? It's like, oh, look, those don't work. Let's do that.
Well, and it was proven before they even started marketing for it. You know, it's not a moneymaker in the first place, but it drives me nuts that the government has to get in, has to prevent private citizens from ownership so that they can profit, or so that they can try to profit. You know,
Well, that's because they're misappropriating our money so much.
yeah, the misappropriation, the misspending, the bad decisions. But that goes again to Milton Friedman, where the government has 3 roles and that's it. Shall I bring Milton Friedman back up just real quick here?
Here's one I sent myself just because I like what it says. It's strange to see that some people do not need proof to believe a lie, while they demand infinite proof to accept the truth.
That's yeah, 100%.
Sounds like
Okay.
sounds like some people we know.
It does, and there's a reason for it though. Everybody wants to believe the most insane stuff. They always want to believe that the impossible is true, right? And that's where they have an easier time believing this ridiculous thing rather than the common sense thing that would see there is no such thing as self-truth, dragons. I'm gonna stop you right there. There's no such thing. There is truth, and there is what you want to be true.
Yeah.
We understand that there is an objective and a subjective truth, right? Subjective truth is what you feel is the truth. Objective truth is what's actually true. Oh, you're saying self-truth to what? Did I miss something else you said? Oh, somebody else said that? I don't know where.
I think I got all my all the things I had forwarded that I thought I could bring up.
And I think I've discussed in the past my belief on living your truth, because there's no such thing as your truth. There is no your truth. A lot of people use that to
Choose to believe something, but that doesn't make it true.
well, they use that so that they can have their way. Really, is what they want. You know, you're living your truth. You're doing what you want, is what they're saying. And I don't have a problem with doing what you want, but let's be honest and not call it the truth. It's doing what you want. And
Well, it's okay to have your opinion about something.
exactly like Mrs. Doe was said here. My whole point is that if what you want to do has no effect on my life, I don't care if you do it. It doesn't matter to me. It becomes an issue trying to force me to do something that I don't believe I should do, or that I don't believe in, right? That's where the issue comes in for me.
Right. Oh, for sure. Well, and that's a true thing. true. No,
Yeah, see?
no, but that is a truth, no matter what. I mean,
Yeah. But that's the problem. We've got so many busybodies out there that want to dictate what they believe to people who don't feel that way, don't want to do that.
well, I think that's where a lot of the internet and social has really hurt, because now you got all these people that think they can sit at home, say and do whatever they want because there's no repercussions, right?
Yeah, the keyboard Karens. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
but yeah,
is this certain? Yeah. And honestly, that's what you should say, Mist Wolf. Oh, you were saying that's what it's called, self-truth. Okay, sorry, Dragons. Thank you. You didn't explain, so I thought you said you were saying self-truth, but yeah, you're right. That's what they call it. They're living their truth or self-truth, and there's no such thing. That's living your self-desires, which is fine. And don't get me wrong, I'm not even saying that's bad. That's just what it is. But
right.
let's be honest about it.
Yeah.
And Miss Wolf said, yeah, respond to people. Is it hurting you? Is it affecting you in any way, shape, or form? Or do you just not like it? And if you don't like it, it don't fucking matter. Excuse my language, but it don't fucking matter.
I'm going to try to remember that when someone comments about something, it's like, and how is that affecting your life? Well, it's not really. Well, then I'm not going to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
That's not a discussion we're even going to have, right?
We've come up with these things, okay? And I'm going to start carrying them around with me because, you just talk to the hand because the face ain't listening.
You could probably print yourself something up. Oh,
Well,
you did? Okay.
I did.
No, you did. Okay. Of course you did.
Of course I did. I was having fun with when the kids were here for the weekend. We were making some things, and I wanted to make some stuff that they could have fun, just without being crazy. But they're so cute, right? They're just.
What do they just stick on your finger? How do they sit on your fingers?
They're just a little ring, like they're a ring basically, and you put your finger through.
Oh, cool.
Very cute.
Makes a pretty good point, I think.
They're very fun, but yeah, I've been saying that ever since I made them. I'm going to talk to the hand. Face ain't listening. Because somebody having an opinion and trying to tell you how to live your life. If it has no bearing on their life, that it has no bearing on no direct effect on them, they have there's no reason for them to be involved.
Right.
So.
And I think people get a little clouded too when they just don't like something you're doing. And they feel it really affects them adversely when it really doesn't. But it's
it has no bearing on them.
I don't like what you're doing because I can hear it or whatever silly little thing they got going.
Yeah.
And it's so they're trying to tell you not to do something. It's like, no, that's not how life works. Sorry. I mean, you can be mad if you want, but that's people are just trying to make everyone around them the same, right? Or sorry, the same as them.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, there's always going to be people like that, gamer. If you missed the part, it wasn't that I was discrediting homophobia or saying, I was just saying the term is incorrect. What you're describing is homomalignism, which is the term I have now coined. So, yeah, you're on a journey. As much Dragons, that's exactly it. You can't tell others how to live because we're all on our own journey.
That's right.
Sometimes you can't even tell somebody not to do something to save their lives because they won't listen. And it's one of those things where I get it. People people get too involved in other people's lives sometimes and take too much on themselves, where sometimes you have to sit back, and if it doesn't affect you, don't worry about it. Why are you worrying about it? Why do you need to add extra worry to your life if it's not affecting you?
We do not live in a commune. We're like,
We are
Let
individuals.
yes, we are.
We are individuals who should allow other individuals to be individuals.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Well, and it's, I mean, even to say people like going another step further on that individual, like men and women are different because we're built differently,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Okay, now we've gone down the biological road of this before, because
Right, I
it is
wasn't-
important. It isn't. Sorry. It is
no,
an
you go in,
important
you
topic,
do whatever you want to do, man.
because it is an important clarification, right? Because we have to, and it's especially important right now. And I'm loving the fact that there's two NBA players that are now attempting to
Yes.
join the WNBA league, but I don't
Yes.
think they're actually trying to do it to join the league. I think they're trying to do it to make a point.
I hope that's why they're doing it.
I hope so too. Exactly, Dragons. You know, and that's what I try to do. I'm going to give you. I'll tell you what I think. Whether you listen and whether you want to use that advice or what I say is up to you. It doesn't. I always want to do what's best for other people. So, because I come from a background of security, and I've saved the life or two in my time. So I try to help other people.
Right.
And that's why I said, you can give them advice to not to save their lives, to not do something to save their lives, and they won't listen to you, right? But if I give you advice, whether you listen to it or whether you take it in and use it is completely up to you. I'm just trying to give, put some good stuff in the world so that people understand that not everything might be the way we see it.
Well, and I don't know if I'm going to use it. Like, I'm going to say this, but we can change. You can fix my terminology. There's a difference between giving your advice and preaching to someone.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I didn't know if preaching was going to be the right term to use, but
Yeah, well, and that's really what it comes down to, right? And it's not just, it's trying to impose their beliefs on someone else. And that is just inappropriate.
mm-hmm.
There are certain things that are just strictly inappropriate. And that comes to, and we go back to people walking in nude, being allowed at a pride parade, but not being allowed in normal society, right?
Right.
It's inappropriate, whether it's there or not. So
Yeah, why is it appropriate in a parade? Doesn't make any sense to me.
but
But
that's the thing where we have laws to address that, but laws aren't being enforced in certain situations.
right.
So
Well, the law should be the
That's-
law.
that's not
Why-
imposing your belief. That's imposing a standard that's already been set out.
Right.
So there's a difference, right?
Yeah.
Because the standards there, if you're not allowed to do it in everyday society, you shouldn't be allowed to do it anywhere else. Well, and gamer, like I said, for us, it doesn't matter. We have no problem with you. I mean, we had a good friend who was gay right from when we were young. I mean, I think I still have him on Instagram, or is it Instagram? You remember Steven, right? At Chi Chi's.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we still have him, still talk to him. Came to our wedding, Facebook. So I mean,
Yeah.
and we didn't care from when we were like really young. We didn't care if someone was gay or not. Personal,
But in
here's the
fairness,
thing.
we also weren't raised that way, right?
Yeah, we weren't raised to hate people for whatever. We
Right.
just weren't.
Well, we didn't hate, period. So like we
Yeah,
didn't hate on, like
my
we'd hang
neighbor's
out with,
son.
play with anybody. We like it didn't matter. It's just
My neighbor's son was a black kid, right? It didn't matter. We didn't really see. I never remember really seeing race or sexuality as anything.
right. Well, but
No,
there
no,
again,
Mrs.
I
No, he
think that
did. He did come to our wedding, and when we hugged at the end, he said he was jealous.
I think that's just partially the way we were raised, right? I mean, like, and I mean, I don't give anybody a free pass that's like that because you shouldn't hate, you shouldn't be like that.
No,
But when you've had that driven in your whole life from your parents and your aunts and uncles, and like, it's what you know, right?
yeah, exactly. But we didn't have that. We were very. I think we were raised pretty well because we don't really hate people. It doesn't matter what color, race, religion you are. What matters is attitude, personality, and actions, right? Character.
Character. Yeah. Well, and I try not to use the hate word myself personally.
Yeah.
But I strongly dislike some of the silly things people do.
Oh, yeah. And there is a time for hate. Don't get me wrong. There are some things you should hate. I mean, let's be honest. We've seen in history that you should hate certain things, and it's important to hate things. Like, let's take the Nazis for instance. Let's take Nazi Germany for instance. You should hate that. You should hate it
Right.
so much that you never allow it to happen again.
Yes.
And
I
that's where
agree with
hate
that.
is important, is because
Right.
atrocities should be hated so that they never reoccur.
I guess I was meaning, and I should have been a little more specific, I guess. In my common day-to-day stuff, I don't hate anybody or anything. I mean, and even some of the silliness that goes on, I mean, I have the ability to walk away. What I
Yeah.
don't have the ability to walk away from is the silliness that our government does. I don't have the ability to walk away from that. So
Yeah.
that I have a problem with.
And you'll find that that's where we get more animated and where we get more angry, because
Right.
that does affect our lives. And government hate is a real thing sometimes. You
Right.
can hate what a government does because it affects your life, especially
Right.
with like 50%, almost 50% more. Canadian taxpayers spent more on taxes than they did on basic living essentials last year.
Yep.
You should hate that. You should hate
Yes.
it enough so it never happens again.
Well, some of us do.
Yeah.
But that goes back to the thing is we do hate it enough, but we have no control to make it not happen again.
And Bertie, the reason I allowed it was because you were just explaining. It wasn't that you were trying to do anything wrong. You were just explaining what was being said. And that's fine, because what we want here is we want honesty, we want the truth, we want open discussion and dialogue,
Right.
you know. And I
Well, we're
missed
here
some
to
of
look.
what Gamer said, so I might have to actually go back and read some of what Gamer said. So sorry about that, Gamer. But because I kind of get on a little rant and a little tangent sometimes that I
Right.
forget to read because Darren and I are just talking here. So, and this is what we do
Right.
when we just talk. We get a little crazy, try to make jokes, try to talk to each other.
Well, and if somebody is offended by something, they should speak up
Yeah. Yeah.
because that is not our intention at all.
No, but not all things that they. And here's where the problem I have with people being offended, because people can be offended over the slightest thing. That may not change how I say things or how I do things,
Right.
because I'm not, just because if you're offended, maybe look inward and ask why you're being offended, right? And I think you did that at one point too, didn't you? You had mentioned that you asked yourself, well, why was that bugging you or something like that?
Yes. Yeah, I do that a lot. Yep. I do it a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I do too. I mean, okay, so today I pulled a bonehead move, and I told you about this, right? I said I forgot to change the PEI plate to from a cool attack plate to the regular PEI plate. And I'm really bad because when I do something even slightly stupid because my brain is not working right because I'm in pain, I beat myself up.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't do that.
I know, but just ask Mrs. Doe. I was calling myself a bonehead and doing this and that, and I realized that I was doing it too, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, right? Honestly, Mr. Wolf, what you're talking about right there about the misunderstandings, that is essentially every sitcom, every
Yeah. Absolutely. There'd be no sitcoms on TV if they just told the truth and talked things out.
yeah, exactly.
They don't. They try to hide it,
Yeah,
dance around it.
yeah, exactly. Or just don't realize what the other person wants. People do thrive on drama.
That's a good one.
We
Yep.
we do understand that. Mrs. Doe's mom is a source of constant. She is always in some sort of drama. You know?
We we experience that here with Family Matters as well.
Yeah.
It's just like, and it's funny. Well, I'm new to the family, and I just sit back and I go, really? Like, is that really a thing? Like, I cannot believe that's even a discussion point, but whatever.
Well, and here's the thing, gamer. Do you call it out against white people or do you call it out against all races? See, and that's what Darren actually used the term reverse racism, which is a coined term that is that seems to people want to seem to use because racism can only be applied to one group of people, but that's not true. Racism is racism, no matter what race it's against, right? If the color of your skin dictates how you feel about somebody or that you treat them badly because of the color of the skin, that is racism. Period. Point blank. There's just no other way to say it. Now, just because there are people out there who who think you can't be racist against a certain race, doesn't mean that's not true. That's what they believe is to be true, but they're wrong.
And they try to make us think that, right?
And that's exactly what they do. They try to make us think that you can't be racist against a certain group, right?
Well, and I think Gamer makes a good point. Like, that's a big thing in the States, right?
It is huge in the States, yes. And I know it is.
They foster it down there, though.
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of things that the left likes to think that all government agencies are bad when the government is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Let's take ICE, for example, in the States, okay? ICE is an immigration. And if you're an illegal immigrant and ICE comes to get you and somebody comes and tries to stop a government agency from doing its legal duty to the citizens of that state because they think, oh, it's because they're a different race and they're just being racist, that becomes a whole issue in itself, right? You've got to understand that there are limits to what is and isn't racism. Racism is not enforcing the laws of your country.
Good. Okay. I wasn't 100% sure where you were going with that, but okay.
Yeah,
I mean, yes, I agree.
racism is not enforcing the laws of your country. If you're an
Or how about
illegal
just laws,
immigrant, what's that?
or how about just laws, period?
Laws, period. Yes. And
Law,
I didn't.
be considered racist. I mean, if they are, then we should be fighting to change the laws, right?
Yeah. Um.
Like the laws that back in the day where, you know, there were
Why
certain
did it
places
smart detect
people
that?
weren't
What are you
allowed.
talking about? Oh, sorry. Automod was automodding him, and he didn't say anything.
But there were certain places like black people weren't allowed to eat or to sit. Well, that's racism, in my opinion.
That is 100% racism. I mean,
Yeah.
equality is simply equality. You treat everybody the same, right? But what we don't have is equality right now in certain situations where people are trying to are trying to get special treatment based on something that never actually happened to them.
Right.
So,
When I think Gamer makes a good point, he's willing to have conversations, right?
yeah, yeah,
Problem is, there's certain people out there that don't want to know
yeah. And
because
honestly,
it doesn't fit their narrative.
it doesn't fit their narrative, and for me it's more about it's a general thing where it's, let's be honest, and because it doesn't matter to me. I don't care that you're gay. I don't. It doesn't matter to me because it has no effect on my life. A personality, a character, that's what matters to me. And that's one of the things that's really nice about what we're doing right here. Was, I mean, you guys can see us, so you know who we are and what we're doing and stuff like that, but we don't see race, we don't see gender, we don't see sexuality here. So you know, that's the thing. That's what I like about the online forum, is you can be completely neutral, and it doesn't matter who you are and what you are.
Well, and this platform works really well for you and I because we don't care what people's preferences are in
No.
or color of their skin or anything. We don't care anyways. So like 'cause you brought it up, a person's character and the way, and that's kind of right. I think you have it right in the rules. If you have good character on here, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
Right?
we're open to open discussions. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't. Let's be honest. There's going to be stuff that you want to vent about that maybe doesn't really matter to us because it doesn't affect us, right? So,
Right.
feeling like you need to vent if you're not adding to the conversation, and we're talking more general topics than your specific individual experiences. We're talking about adding to the general topic rather than, because we're not therapists. We're not here to help you deal with what you're going through. You know,
No.
we're just here to discuss, and a lot of times we keep it far more generally. We like to think so, gamer.
Well, and I mean, I don't know where you stand on this. Like, so there's a lot of chat and conversation going on in here, and trust me, I cannot keep up.
Yeah, I can't keep up with it either. So,
But I think this is good too, right? Because they're not communicating. They can read probably more than we can in that chat.
yes, yeah,
Especially if the topic is more in their interest. So if we're also helping other people generate conversation, as long
Good
as it's
generate-
good,
exactly.
then I
There you
think
go.
that's good too.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as it's positive conversation, you know, don't be bashing anybody, you know, and
Well, and no one has. I'm not saying that. It's just I think it's good that there's all this conversation. I think this is a good thing.
yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. Like, and I'm sorry that we can't keep up with all the conversation, all of everything that's going on. It's the shorter ones, Birdie, that get more attention because it's harder to keep up with the long ones. Sorry.
Well, you know what? And actually, even on the long ones, I try to read the first set, like the first little bit, and
Yeah.
see if I'm going to read more. Like I did that one that Gamer put about down in the South because that actually interested me because I think that was a very good point.
And that's fair. Down in this, there is definitely a more predominance toward both racism and homo malignism down in the South, right?
Right.
So, Gamer, you understand I'm Christian. Plain and simple. I'll tell you right now, I'm a Christian. Would you believe that? The way I'm speaking?
Well, you're not a Christian in the way that they've been painted in the last little while. Let's say.
Well, I don't believe, and here's my problem. I myself have a problem with the church, not with Christianity. It's different. With the church. Okay.
Right.
It's people that are the problem. And you know, I have a problem with people.
Always the people.
It's always the people.
It is always the people.
It is. Because
Well, and we're talking about like the racism thing and stuff too. Like, I really don't care what people want to believe either. Right? Like whether you're Christian, and I don't even care if you're Islam or anything. I think it goes back to as long as you're not infringing on my or
on someone else's rights. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you start to push onto my rights, well, now I'm going to have a problem with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it exactly. But a lot of people don't, Christians get a bad rap for saying they don't believe in homosexuality, and that's, but that doesn't say that we're supposed to attack homosexuals, right? That's
Right.
That's where people, especially in the church, have gotten it wrong. I mean, that's the worst part about any institutionalized organization. Period.
Well, and that goes back to that thing too, where everyone's different, everyone has their beliefs. You're allowed to not agree with someone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't have to say it, and you don't have to get in their face about it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and
Like,
that's the thing.
if
Is
you
it
don't agree
affecting
with
you?
it, mouth shut and stay home. Like,
Yeah. Unless it's affecting you, what does it matter? And that goes back to what Miss Wolf said. So, well, and one of the things you'll notice, Gamer, is when you define something, be very careful how you define it, because we like definitions here, and we want things to be defined right.
well, did we do a definition on racism, by the way? I don't think we did we?
I don't know if we did or not. We could look up the racism. Because it is important. We do believe that words are important, and how you say and what you say matters, right?
Well, that's kind of why I like, that old saying, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. I mean, that's still a pretty good way to go about things.
Yeah, it is. Let's do a there it is right there.
Well, and I think you had just mentioned it, where like the whole Christian, has gotten a bit of a bad rap.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But you look back in history, some of it's well deserved.
Some of it can be, yes.
Yeah.
Some of it is. This is. I had this prepared, and then we didn't stream. So, it's just homo malignus. Unlike homophobe, which literally suggests fear, but is commonly used to describe prejudice or hostility, homo malignus is intended to describe the act of unjustifiably maligning or disparaging LGBT people without implying that the person's experienced literal fear or necessarily harbors hatred. So, that's what I had summed up with. But
Right.
let's get racism in here.
Yeah. Well, I thought Mrs. Doe and Gamer made a good play there with what they were saying, is what the whole Christian thing is supposed to be.
Well, and for anybody who understands, you can sum up races or sum up Christianity very easily.
Well, I thought Mrs. Doe.
And I think she might have done exactly what I was thinking.
I thought she said it really good.
I didn't catch it.
It was short.
I love people regardless of whether we agree or disagree. Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty simple, yeah.
Yep.
But I think that goes back to that whole thing about how do people interpret it, right?
Well, and it's worse.
Or what
It's
they do
different than
interpret.
that. What happens is, there are things in the Bible that people cherry pick and choose to point out rather than rather than some of the more sorry, I'm just trying to get this set up here. Hit the wrong button. And I still hit the wrong button because that's supposed to be a D. There. Did that get all on there, or do I have to make it bigger? Make it big.
Well, I just thought we were talking about it, and because you brought it up again, that definitions mean everything,
Definitions matter.
and using words properly. Because if you say something to somebody, but it's not the definition,
Yeah.
it's not.
And
It doesn't
honestly,
hold. Well, it doesn't hold any water in our world, in our conversations, right?
yeah, because we want things to be right. One of the things, and the reason we were talking about homophobia was because it's thrown out there as a stopgap measure just because somebody says something that another person disagrees with, right? With that the community might disagree with, but the same thing has to go for the LGBT community as goes with for the rest of the people that they want not to bother them, right? If you don't want to be bothered, don't bother other people, right? It's the same thing. If you want to be left alone, leave others alone. If you want them not to have their opinions, then you can't have yours. So, but if you've got to let other people have their opinion, whether they like you or not, it doesn't matter if they like you. You're allowed to do what you want to do because as an adult, that's your right.
And
So let them
it's sort
think.
of people using it incorrectly, and
Yeah, and
applying it.
you can't just throw words out there. It every time. One of the things that is really bad is people call other people Nazis a lot, right? And
Right.
I'll be honest, the more you use the term Nazi, the more you lessen the impact of what a Nazi really was. because
Yes.
you can't apply the word Nazi to people you disagree with and have it mean the same thing all the time, because it's
Yes.
not just a disagreement. A Nazi was an atrocity, right? And they deserve to be treated like that and hated for that. But you can't hate someone and call them a Nazi just because they disagree with you or they think differently than you do.
Right. Yeah.
So words matter, and throwing out words just to stifle a conversation, to force people to do something that you might want them to do rather than what they want to do, then that's wrong no matter who does it.
Right. Well, and that's sort of that wrong is wrong, no matter who does it. Well, sorry, unless you're a politician, then you get away with it.
Yeah, and you don't go to jail for,
Yeah.
So.
But for normal people, wrong is wrong, no matter who you are or what, there's certain things well, in reality, you shouldn't say and do. You just shouldn't.
Yeah.
But people get away with it nowadays. That's the problem.
And there's things that you can even allude to and you get cancel cultured for, right? Rather than people realizing, no, it's, as long as we're having a valid, conscious discussion with no ill intent, and that intent means a lot in this day and age. Well,
But
I got to back up and read a little bit.
I was going to comment on what Gamer said, because I think I can understand where he'd be coming from. Because there could be some Christians that would be very, very harmful, right? To that.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Christianity is harmed by Christians.
Okay. Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
It is. Any religion is harmed by adherents who are radical.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Now, the worst. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Using words, just throwing words out there because you disagree or dislike, or, that's hate is one of those words. You throw around hate, it stops meaning hate. It means you just dislike it. You water down the meaning of a word if you overuse it for what it's not intended to.
And and you know what? I honestly caught myself doing it, which is why I try not to. I try to use it very, very seldom.
Even today, you caught yourself doing it.
Yeah.
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 And it's fair, right? But most people don't catch themselves doing it. They use these words as buzzwords and to shut down debate or anything that they don't want to hear. Right?
Right.
So it's one of those things where if you don't like it, it's not your opinion, so don't worry about it. If you wanna, if it's not affecting you, don't worry about it.
Yeah, this goes back to what we were saying. Just keep your mouth shut. It's
they're allowed to have their opinion.
Yeah.
If it's wrong, why even get involved? Because okay, you were talking about dealing with some of your liberal family members, how you just won't discuss anything with them because it's going nowhere, right?
Right. Yeah.
So you won't even bother talking to them because
no, I will not.
It's one of those things where it doesn't matter what they think because there's no point in talking to it. They're going to believe what they're going to believe. You're going to believe what you're going to believe. So you move on. Move on.
It's okay to move on.
It's okay to move on.
Yeah.
It's okay to just not care what somebody thinks. It doesn't matter if somebody likes you or not. It doesn't matter what somebody else thinks of you.
Yeah.
As long as you're not being physically attacked or put in danger, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
The minute you are, you have every right to stand up for yourself.
I agree with that too. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you make a choice, you defend yourself or walk away, whichever you feel is the best.
If you can walk away.
If
There's
you
not
can.
always there's not always
sometimes-
that option. So sometimes you are limited to self-defense as the only option, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So and we don't I don't even apologize for advocating for self-defense. The first human right that we have as humans, period, humans, is to defend ourselves, to keep our lives, period. Self-defense.
It's animal instinct.
That is the first thing that anybody should be allowed to do, because your life is yours. No one else can protect it.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I read a good story about the police. I didn't send it to myself. I should have sent it to you. You would have got a big kick out of it. It was just about defending yourself, and it's like, well, he did a thing on the radio show. You probably don't listen to the Evan Bray show, eh?
No, God, no.
He was
Not a huge
talking
fan.
But I like the topics.
I think he's too wishy-washy.
Yeah, he's being a little. He's not fully comfortable to. Gormley wasn't. Gormley
Gormley
you
would
knew
challenge you.
you were going to get Gormley's opinion. That was it.
Yeah, yeah, which is fair, and that's what he should be doing.
Yeah, but remember, he knew, so hopefully he'll grow into that. But regardless, someone had defended themselves, and of course there's a big uproar about it. So they were doing a story on that. And
the one in Manitoba?
Yeah.
Where they charged the homeowner who didn't actually defend himself but shot warning shots so he didn't have to?
Right. Yeah, that's the one.
And then the police charged the homeowner?
Yeah.
I'm like, get your ass the fuck out of here, cops.
Yeah.
You're the problem, not the solution.
Yeah. But so anyway, so they were talking about this, and then people were calling in talking about how they reported break-in enters. And the one guy said there was about 3 of them. And he said, like, the first time it took him about a half hour. Second time was like 40 minutes. And he said the third time it took me 5 minutes to get over there with my gun.
Exactly. Let's be honest.
The point he was making was a pretty good point, I thought.
And they're talking about rural communities. Like we're out in the boonies. These people should never, for one thing, everybody in Canada who owns a firearm has a license and is trained. Period.
Should be.
Well, okay, everybody who owns a legal firearm is licensed and trained.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've gone through the training. Doesn't mean they paid attention, but well, they paid attention enough to get their license, I guess.
Yeah. Sometimes, that's all that really matters. Most of them are, especially when they're farmers, they're hunters anyway, so they understand safety, gun safety, right?
Yeah, like
Firearm
don't
safety.
shoot your buddy.
Don't shoot your buddy. Yeah, exactly. So they're not going to aim for the people if they don't have to.
Right. Oh, I missed out on a big buck my very first time out hunting. Just inexperience.
Yeah.
I heard something in the bush. It's like, I can't see anything. I don't want to be pointing my gun in case someone's pushing bush and comes walking out, right?
That'd be bad.
It would be bad. So I just sat there and waited, and out came this big buck, and oh my God. Oh, I was not ready for that.
Yeah.
I was ready every time after that, but
Well, and the first time you see something like that, you get those jitters too, right?
oh yeah, yes. Well, that was the first one. There was jitters. I have no problem admitting that.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was young. Like I would have been, had to have been like early 20s.
Yeah. Yeah.
And out hunting with a guy I didn't really know all that well.
So it could have been him walking through the bush. You didn't know, right?
Well, no, we were sitting together, but it was
Oh,
just,
okay.
but same age, right? It's not like I was out hunting with my dad where experience would have said, "Hey, get ready. That's a deer coming through the bush."
Yeah.
And if I got the jitters, well, he just would have dropped it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, that's where, maybe going hunting with an experienced person is not the worst thing in the world.
Especially at first. Yeah.
Yeah. At first, yeah. Well, then you're going to be that experienced person, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I played ball with some guys, and this is one thing I did not agree with, but so they'd go hunting, they'd get drunk, and then they'd go out hunting the next morning all hungover. And I went, that doesn't sound safe to me.
It doesn't sound safe, and it doesn't sound like it'd be pleasant either, because you're going to have a hangover.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can you imagine this blistering headache and boom?
Right?
Like, no, I was like, I wouldn't want to fire the gun.
No, walk away. Because when you're hunting, you don't wear your ear protection like when you're at the range. So
Well, not if you want to hear the deer coming.
not if you want to hear the deer coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a totally different scenario, right? So let's see how these turned out.
We're not going to have time to talk about it. But I forget who it was. Somebody mentioned something about COVID, and it's like, okay, now that's actually not a bad topic to bring up,
Yeah,
especially
maybe.
with that doctor, that
Fossey.
doctor in the States that's taken the fifth. And
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Like-
he's not the only one. I mean, like, everybody went overboard. I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
but pharmaceuticals made a lot of money.
Sure did. That's a nice little cable clip. Oop, this way.
Oh, it's finished?
Yeah. It all finished up. Let's see how compared to that one it's smaller. Let's have a look here.
Oh, it was birdie. Okay, yeah. We'll have to bring that up though. That can be a topic for next week.
I haven't done a lot of on it,
Right.
so
I just know someone's under the gun, which is always suspicious to me.
yeah. See, just hold your cable.
But
Nice and
okay.
snug.
Oh yeah. And you print multiple ones on the same flats, like at the same time?
I printed 6 this time. Oop,
Oh,
this
okay.
way. Yeah, same bed, six different prints or 6 different clips. So now I have a few of them.
Well, if you got enough cords, right? Then
Everybody got enough cords.
nobody seems to have enough cords. Yeah.
Ms. Doe, you need one? Need 2? Click, click, click. They're satisfying to click too, I gotta say.
Well, I was never
Not as satisfying as my pig butt.
never really all that concerned about COVID personally.
No.
But at the time, I didn't really read up on it either. I thought everybody was going a little too crazy.
They were. They did.
But I do know since I've had it, I lost my smell and my taste, and I've never gotten it back. So
Okay, but you got, what did you get? A couple of the shots, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah, so you still got it anyways.
yeah, exactly. So
So they
like the
locked
flu.
us down. Yeah, they locked us
Yeah.
down. Gave us this experimental medication.
Yeah.
So that we might not get it. Now, I had it too. It did not do what it did to you for me. I can still taste quite well. So did Mrs. Doe. Mrs. Doe had it as well. And it's one of those things where it just didn't affect us like it did you.
Right. Well, Michelle had it too. And like, so the difference between Michelle and me was she got it. And when it went away or, yeah, when it went away, whatever. Now she couldn't smell or taste for a week or so, a week, 10 days after.
Okay.
When I got it, after it went away, I could smell and taste the next couple days after.
And I never last either when I had it.
And
And it affected me less than it affected Mrs. Doe.
it didn't affect me that bad. Other than, like I said, a couple days after, I could smell and taste all good. And then all of a sudden, gone. I wonder, I didn't keep track of that. I wondered if that was after I got my second shot. Because that would be a little conspiracy to.
Oh, there's lots to conspiralize because they hid so much information behind forced mandates.
Right.
You know,
Oh, you can't tell me the government didn't love that.
Oh, absolutely. And not to mention, I mean, look at how the government's denying that there were any COVID injection injuries, but they've set up a COVID vaccine injury fund. So
Yeah.
I'm going,
Yeah.
now, wait a minute. You can't have two things that are opposite be true at the same time.
You can if you're the government.
Only the government
Only the
can
government.
blue be red and red be blue.
Yeah. Just depends on the day and what their narrative is.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, like I've heard stories about the long-term COVID, but I don't, like I said, I guess you could consider my smell and taste something like that. But the funny thing is it's not that I can't smell or taste anything, and it's not 100%.
Yeah.
Generally, I can smell coffee grounds, sorry.
Oh,
Vinegar is another one. Like those really strong. So I'll smell those every once in a while just to, because they say you're supposed to train your senses back.
yeah. Yeah, you got to regain them. So,
Yeah. It's not a lot of fun. Meal times are not a lot of fun for me. They really aren't.
that's unfortunate because, yeah, I still
I love
enjoy my
food.
Yep.
Yeah, I love my food, and yep, it's very unpleasant. Most times it's very unpleasant, but
Right.
a lady at work was telling me someone in her family had that problem, and they went to a nurse practitioner or something, and they had done some work behind their ears to help them get their smell back.
Okay, so it's more of a pressure point neurological thing for it at that point.
Could be, but she was sure it was done by a nurse.
Which, I mean, a lot of nurse practitioners do have experience in stuff like that as well. So
Right.
I
It just
wouldn't-
makes me. I'd like to figure that out because, man, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to taste a steak again.
Oh, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would be horrible. I would hate that.
Yeah. Well, my imagination's gotten pretty good with flavors. Let me tell you. I do a lot of remembering of flavors.
Are you okay?
Just walked into the door frame.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Did we break up or? Oh,
No. Ms. Doe just came in. You want one? Need a cup?
I'll take one for my, or two then,
I'll give you a couple.
for my cord.
Yeah.
My charge cord for my
Yeah.
phone.
That's what they're there for.
It'll be handy for travel.
That's what they're there for. That's why I build the whole plate at a time, right? Because sometimes you just need some. I noticed that I had none that I had printed myself. Like I printed myself some at Christmas time, but I had none laying around that would fit. I'm going, I don't remember getting new cords. So how do I have more cords? But you find them and you pull them out of here and there and the other place. And
Well, I think I'm ready to call it a night.
okay, no problem. I get you. I've seen you yawning a few times. I've been yawning a bit.
Oh, I started out that way. Well, I had Sunday, Monday off, and it's been rainy and cloudy here, so I've had like zero energy.
Oh yeah, there was lots of people who, they actually told you to stick around after the COVID just so they could monitor you, right?
That's right. Yeah,
And
for sure.
that in itself should have been, because there's a lot of vaccines. We have a lot of vaccines, right? We have a lot of
Yeah.
tried and tested and true vaccines that they let you go pretty much right after you get it because they know what's going to happen, right? But
Right.
I really felt like a guinea pig with this because I didn't want to take it. I took the mandatory 2 just so I could go out and do stuff. Go get groceries or whatever. Otherwise, I would have taken none.
Right. Well, I mean, I had to for work, right?
Had there
So
been,
Yeah, Mrs. Doe too.
Yeah.
had there been grocery delivery before that, it wouldn't have been an issue.
well, but you know what? There was a guy in our company that chose not to, and like he chose to lose his job.
Yeah, yeah, and that never should have happened.
I could not make that choice, but
Exactly. But you choose, and it could have been his life over, right?
Right.
We don't know how many. We don't even know how many people lost their lives because of these injections yet. And
Right.
they were trying to hide the data for 75 years. Which
Oh, yeah.
why do you need to hide the data if it's safe and effective?
Well, because it would show that they were wrong.
Yeah, it showed that they rushed it and it's not entirely what it was for. So as much as and then we get a new government in that wants to be able to delete everything it does within 15 days.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about sketchy. Some sketchy shit.
Yeah. Well. Yep, it was, but I mean, here we are again.
Here we are again, but we can't let stuff like that happen anymore. We can't, and I don't know if you realized,
That's what the convoy was trying to do.
I don't know if you realized, but the
Part of it.
Canadian government, the military actually used COVID as an experiment on the citizens to track and use surveillance technology.
Oh, I was not aware of that.
Oh yeah, they did some sketchy shit. It's sketchy enough that they used the War Measures Act on Canadian citizens, which was deemed illegal by 3 different courts, and the guy who did it's still out there wandering around, partying. He should be in
Dayton
jail.
Katy Perry.
He should be in jail. So,
Oh, but him and Katie make such a great pair.
oh yeah, both a couple ditzes. Oh, anyways, I guess we'll call that for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the discussion. Sorry, Bertie, you're very chatty, and it's hard to keep up with you.
But that's good though.
That's okay, yeah.
For me, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally want it because that's how I learn. Especially because you pointed out where everybody is.
Yeah.
It's nice to learn about other how it is in another country, right?
Yeah. Well, and last week when you weren't here, we got talking about a bunch of stuff too that I couldn't really speak on because I can't speak on other political systems. That's the word. Thank you. My brain it's leaving. I can't speak on other political systems because I just don't know how they work, right? So she was talking a lot about how things were working or what was going on there, but I had no idea. So
Right.
it was one of those things where it just didn't translate. So, but yeah. Anyways, I guess I'll pop over to the end scene, and we're not going to raid out again tonight. We were late tonight because I forgot it was Monday, and I had been doing a bunch of stuff, and I was just sore and tired, and that was it. So
I still find that hilarious. It doesn't bother me at all. Like I said, you know what? It let me finish because I only had about 10 minutes left in the episode of The Witcher that I was watching. So when you replied, that's when I said, I'll be there in a bit because it's like, there's 5 minutes left. I'm going to finish it.
oh yeah, that was fine by me because like obviously I still had to make the arrangements and get everything set up for Mrs. Doe, who's leaving it early in the morning tomorrow, and I wanted to make.
Yeah, you weren't feeling good and you had something that had to be done by tomorrow or
Yeah.
for tomorrow.
For tomorrow, yeah, because she needed that
Yeah.
reservation, so she has a place to sleep.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, that's
she was going-
important.
She was going, I'll just sleep in my car. No, there are bad people out there willing to do bad things to people like you.
Yeah.
No, you're not sleeping in your car. You're
And you
getting a
know
hotel
what?
room.
It's not comfortable sleeping in a car.
No,
Oh,
I mean,
I fell asleep in the chair last night, and oh, my lower back is like. I said, I can't do that again. Like, I mean, well, no big deal. I mean, it's just a muscle thing, right? I'll have a couple hot tubs and you'll be okay. But it's
yeah.
like, yeah, I just don't do that anymore. So yeah, don't sleep in your car. That's a bad idea.
Well, I mean, technically, she's short enough that if she laid down her seats, she could lay out in the back of her car with no problem. But
Okay.
it's not something I could do. But
No,
you know.
I wouldn't do it.
yeah, but it's just the society we live in. It's too dangerous, especially in Manitoba, which is the crime rate has shot up under the current leadership.
Oh,
But you know what their leadership is, right? I mean,
I think
yeah, it's a no development party.
Oh, and I had something to say. We don't have time to go into that, but no, it was along the, well, I can just put a minute into it. It was similar to what the simplicity of what Christians were, be good to God, be good to other people, plain and simple.
Yeah,
And I had a strong NDP supporter explain what the NDP was supposed to be. And I said to him, I said, you know what? I said, if they did that, I'd vote for them. I don't know if you like that, but I mean, what he was just telling me, like, at least in his opinion. And again, I was like, oh, okay, if you're telling me that's what they should be, I said, if they would do that, I would vote for them.
but do they do that? Yeah, exactly.
No, they don't. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Hi, Gary.
I don't know. But he criticized them too for not doing it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the problem.
But he still supported them.
He still supports them because it's an ideology, right? He supports the ideology, doesn't support them actually doing it. It's words over actions, and that's where you see a lot of liberals. Words over actions. We have the receipts. We have the information. We have the actions for the past 11 years that have never matched up to the words. How you doing tonight, Gary? We are just about to head off. We were just getting a last word in here. And then the last little jab on the non-democratic party.
Yeah.
No development party. Same people. So yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna pop over to the end seat. Oh, it's good to hear you're doing good. Good to hear. Nice to see you. Sorry you caught us right at the end. We were a little late today too. Things got a little hectic around this place. Trying to get Mrs. Doe all set up for tomorrow and getting rid of her mother and
Oh, that could sound bad, you know.
That, yeah, I know it could sound bad, but I mean, just
You
getting
better
her
hope
out,
nothing happens. You better hope nothing happens to her tonight.
just getting her out of my house. How's that? Getting her out of my house.
Yeah.
2 days was more than enough.
Yes.
But
I love it when
anyways,
people visit. I really like it when they go home.
I love it when they go home. Yeah, it's different though, because with women usually it's I love to see you visit, but I also love to watch you walk away. But no, with her it's just no, get out.
Yeah.
Anyways, take care, everybody, and we will see you again next week. Hopefully, I can remember.
Yes. Thanks, everyone. I love it. Next week, we'll do it again.
Good night.